Hello everyone, you're so much welcome to today's tutorial, and I'm still your shoemaking made easy tutor Odroli Mojibola. And today, of course, we are going to be looking at revamping a double sole. I have had a lot of questions about, putting together double sole, and how most times when you finish cementing, it's always challenging. If you're just watching for the first time, all we do is make shoemaking easy and simple for you. Now, I made this particular footwear, if I'm not making mistake, I think it should be about 18 months ago, if I'm not making mistake. And he has worn it continuously. He worn it so much so that the heel part has actually wear off, and he wanted me to repair, the outer sole. Of course, I had to buy a totally new, pair of outer sole, because this is actually a double sole. So what I did was remove, I tried to clean as much as I can clean, because you don't just want to revamp without cleaning. I clean even the leather inclusive. This is actually not useful again. I believe the inner part you can still use it. Maybe you wrap, then put an outer sole on it, welt it, and you can still be able to use that if possible, if you want to. However, I'm going to be replacing it with a totally new one. I observed that that one is almost breaking. Now, I need you to know, if you, as I'm sure you saw me open it, and you can see that there is no EVA foam. I have had a lot of people ask me questions about EVA foam. Is this, am I supposed to put EVA foam? When I use this gum, it doesn't work. When I use this, it doesn't work. Now, most times when I work with this kind of sole, I also have the challenge of it opening up. But I just got to know recently that when it comes to chemical gum, it's called chemical gum popularly here in Nigeria, is that particular transparent gum that you normally use to you normally need heat to be able to activate the bonding capacity. That's what I majorly use for this. Now, before we go into that, and before I show you how I apply mine, I am going to be reducing this strap. I think he told me that he found out that when he fixed the strap is now too long. I guess as a result of how long he has wore it, and the leather, one way or the other, stretched and became a bit longer. I had to attach that because when I initially created that sandal, he said it was too short, so I added that particular part to it. So now we have to go all over again. If you have not actually subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to subscribe. We do a lot here. We have paid classes you can join. We have classes as low as 2,000 naira, which is just $2 per month. I just want to ensure that you actually upgrade your skill, and of course acquire a skill if you have not started one. So I decided to cut off the strap and then reattach the buckle using my rivet. Now, everything involved in this particular design, you can decide not to even stitch. Yes, you can decide to just use rivet to hold everything, including the strap. Yes, so if you're a beginner, I want to encourage you that you don't have to particularly get a sewing machine before you can actually make footwear. I will suggest, if you must sew, you can start with someone else sewing machine. Walk up to people who has one and tell them what you do, and ask if they will be able to help you out with the stitching. It's not a crime to ask. And please be ready to take a no for an answer. Be also ready to take a yes for an answer, because some will tell you they are busy, while some will tell you, okay, come back later, with the intention of not allowing you. So it doesn't matter what it is, and you still see someone who is willing to do that for you, and for you to pay a token. You understand? Where we buy our material here in Abuja, I find out that you have machines, people who basically does that. They help you to stitch. So you can go to the market with it and then give it to them the stitch. And when you're coming back home, you're coming to totally, do your lacing and do all of your bottoming. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to roughen the surface of my outer sole. That's very important. I'm going to use the previous outer sole and inner sole location to actually locate where I'm going to be using to last right now. I don't even have anything to worry about because the shoe is perfectly fitting him. So I'm just going to repeat the same position for the new one, although I'll use the old one to mark the new one. This is not the way it looks like, so it's important you roughen all of the surface. Then we'll go ahead and position it the same spot it was before. That was what I marked. You can see I marked it from the previous insole. I'm just going to place it right there. I'm going to place it right there. I'm going to come to this side and do the same thing. I've applied gum on all of them, both the inner part and the outer part. I've applied gum. My chemical gum, I'm going to apply. After applying it, I'm going to heat it. I've seen a lot of people ask me questions about this. The insole, am I going to put Mako? I don't put anything in my own. No, I don't put Mako. And this particular sandal, I made it for him. If I'm not making mistake, I think it should be 2 years in this particular year. I'm not sure of the month, but it's already over a year. And he practically, in short, he practically wears this every day to work. So please, like I've said before, there are so many kinds of chemical gum flying around. There are so many types. So there are so many types. There's so many types. So it depends on the one that you finally come in contact with will determine the results. Please clean it, or if you leave it there, it can turn to something else.